More where that came from. More where that came from. Time to take you down to size. More where that came from. Time to even me up. Everyone down.
Athena y nada nueva.
More where that came from.
Ready?
More where that came from. Everyone down!
Cago en la mierda. Vamos a subir. Creo que llegamos a fin. Vamos a meter esto para que aguante más. Una torcha. Ah, venga, sí.
Just say the word.
Let's move out.
Let's settle
Vale.
Time to take you down to size.
Vale. Municiones y sigilo, no. No, varitas. Vamos a poner pureza.
Time to take you down to size. Know where that came from?
¿Vale?
Know where that came from? Know where that came from? Know where that came from?
No tiene más ni por aquí. Ostras. Ahora sí me deja todos los ventas.
Just say the word.
I'm good to go.
say the word.
Ready?
Vamos a dejar que se... Vamos a dejar que se le regenere un poco la fuerza de este señor.
More where that came from.
Este señor, porque...
Let's leave this right.
¿Cómo te explico yo?
I'm good to go.
You interrupting me for a reason? I have a lot of work to do.
Vale, compartir footing.
More where that came from.
Vamos a guardar. No, vamos a cancelar. Vamos a ver si por aquí está la cosa un poquito más calmada. aquí o no.
Say the word.
Ah, perfecto.
Just say the word.
Bueno. A ver, porque aquí hay algo que no estamos.
Good to go.
Ahora.
Ready?
Antes rápido y
Good to go.
aquí guardamos combate a combate. Madre mía. Aquí.
More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
No. Aquí.
Directo cement. Der inte runt och walka det kö och gere. Tere wana jun konata delero. Dosa negra. Tere wana jun konata delero guno tuna.
Vale. Pues la vamos a mandar con prisa. Vamos a andar aquí las tres en la vuelta. Porque con prisa vamos a tener funciones, vamos a tener cositas. Y mira, va a pegar tremendos tiros. Vale.
Taranamo sibu endasarans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Taranamo sibu endasarans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
tener algo otro? No, claro. Pero vamos, espectacular.
I was expecting someone taller. I hope you are not in too much pain to hear my words and understand them. I am KOTOR, one of the officials representing a percentage of non-sanctioned trading here in both the YouTube system and Republic space. And I had a question for you. Are you a Jedi? Good. I am already wasting precious minutes in granting you this audience, and I do not wish to waste any more. I have gone to considerable expense and effort to bring you here. It is because I have a job for you. Yes, but I am not in the habit of asking for things, and you were so difficult to find even after that small incident on Paragus. There is something important to me I need protected. The Republic, it is broken. What happened on Paragus has set in motion events that I can no longer control. Not to be melodramatic, but I fear it has broken the galaxy irrevocably. This has occupied much of my attention, and there seems to be no predictable way to resolve the situation. In one standard month, the Republic will collapse. Not due to war or secession, but because it lacks the infrastructure to support itself. It is unknown to all but a few, but the Sith won the Jedi Civil War. Even with their supposed victory, the war left the Republic on the brink of collapse. Rather than remain and help solidify the Republic, however, Revan chose to leave known space. A frustrating turn of events, as a rallying figurehead could have done much to restore order. There is something moving in the galaxy that lies beyond the ability of my instruments to detect or predict. I believe it to be a legacy of the Sith, but I have been unable to determine the source. Whatever this presence is, it is staging strikes at key figures throughout the Republic, and through some unknown means, it is causing the destruction of worlds. KOTOR, a Miraluka world in the Mid-Rim, was one such place. I have reason to suspect there was a gathering of Jedi on that world when it was rendered lifeless. I cannot find any pattern in these attacks, and it is a source of frustration to me. There is some clue, however, that perhaps the Jedi are linked to these attacks, or that the targets are significant in some way I have yet to discover. You misunderstand me. I do not wish to stop the Sith any more than I wish to stop the Jedi. It is simply important to me that the infighting amongst these Jedi religious branches be resolved so the galaxy may be put back together. I do not care which one triumphs. I only want the universe to settle down for a while, catch its breath. All these constant crises are getting somewhat repetitive.
¿Qué te propones por la
You
República?
could say I am something of a patriot. Although I was unable to serve during the troubles with the Mandalorians or against the aggressors known as Malak and Revan, I am able and willing to serve now. The problem is I can find no side to choose. Both are hidden from me as they seem to be hiding from each other. Irritating. It is like a Dejaric board where neither player can see the other, nor see all the pieces. It is not a fair game.
La vida no es justa ni equitativa, Sophie.
Game.
¿Dónde está el beso?
Azak bores me. I often suspect my opponent of cheating. I prefer predictable games, such as galactic economics.
No lo que pueda volver, es lo que pretendí hacer desde el principio, antes de que tú me arrastres aquí. Subnor.
It really is in your best interests, you know. There is no margin for error when I say that these Sith seek to murder you and all Jedi everywhere. They have been quite efficient. And when they dispose of you, there will be nothing left to stop them, and the galaxy will fall under their influence.
No tengo problema de dar si me liberas.
Ah, well, there is where we are at cross purposes. I cannot set you free. You have a tendency to cause dangerous repercussions wherever you go, and I would rather keep those to a minimum. The galaxy really is a fragile place right now. I am a businessman. The Republic needs stability to survive, prosper, and grow. Whether it is led by the Sith or supported by the Jedi is of no consequence to me. It is the proximity alarm. We are under attack. Somehow your allies have found you. Unexpected. You will remain here under guard. I must see to the defense of my ship.
Announcement. We seek to make KOTOR aware of our services, allowing us to facilitate communication and terminate hostilities in the galaxy. If that means blowing up planets, slaughtering entire species, or allying ourselves with the Sith, then that is the logical choice. Our predecessor would never understand our directives. He was slow, weak, and his vocabulary was prone to static.
Directo. Te iguana giù con...
Vale, dijimos. Opa.
Yeah, there's one. I will.
Vale.
Announce.
To battle. The honor is mine.
Systems failing faster. Optimal.
Ready? How I serve. A weakness revealed. A weakness
Accuracy ratio achieved.
Ready?
Honor is mine.
Ready? Here's mine. A weakness is revealed.
Accuracy ratio achieved.
¿Qué?
My life is yours.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
La partida se entró bugueada. Vale. Tiramos cohete. Con esta señora tiramos plasma. Y con esta señora ahora tiramos...
My life is
Accuracy
yours.
ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Systems failing, master. Systems failing, master. Systems failing, master.
My life is yours.
Vamos a el resubido de nivel. Sobre todo para tener curar vidas al máximo. Y vamos a poner meditación en combate.
You are. Good to go. My life is yours. Ready?
A ver, señora, ¿puede usted no coger y lanzarse al putísimo peligro? Cuando hay putísimos ruidos.
Good to go.
Y explotan.
Soon. Soon you shall know pain. This one will fall. Soon you shall know pain.
Vamos a guardar. Vale. Y mientras se va... Oh. Tremendo cumbiote, pap. Vale, con esto creo que entonces podemos sobrecargar o destruir las puñeteras correctas. Ah. Qué bien, ¿no?
Let's move out. My life is yours. Ready?
Buenas, mister. Pues ahí vamos. Intentando cosas en la nave del loco. Secuestra una ayuda de secuestrar. Creo que estás a ver que es como lo que estaba haciendo antes de que esto me secuestrara. Por si no se había dado cuenta. A lo mejor es usted un poco mongolo, pero son cosas que pasan.
How may I serve?
No, el juego más alto que yo. Espérate. A ver ahora. Hombre, sala de audiencias es donde nos interesa llegar.
Good to go. Good to go.
Vale, aquí pasa lo mismo.
You are no match.
Esas, cariño, a lo mejor. Vale. Perfecto. Y teóricamente, nuestro personaje por fin estaría tras esta puerta. Perfecto. Vale, perfecto. Vamos a subir de nivel. Hombre. Vamos subiendo destreza. Esto vimos que estaba literalmente roto. Y vamos a seguir explorando la nave. Hombre, ahora sí. A ver. Esto nos lleva a zona que no hemos visto. Esto también, pero podría ser... un poco más easy. Vale. Nos lleva aquí, que aquí no hay nadie. Aquí no hay nadie. Vale. Nada, vamos a pillar cositas. Para mira, está ahí otro fusil. esto ya lo hemos pillado. Nos faltaría entrar en esta zona. Y nos faltaría entrar aquí. Vale. Una armadura es algo con lo que sin duda debería de poner. Vale. Por aquí. Esto no nos falta. Vale. Espectacular. Coño. Bien. Que probabilidad demasiado baja. No, el KOTOR va bien.
Let's move out. Vale, por aquí. Y esto ahora va rollo por aquí. Ready?
Aquí de alguna forma hay que poder... A ver. Vale.
Ready?
Amigo. Amigo, creo que ya lo tenemos.
Let's move out.
More visitors. I don't know how many more of these pests I can
Que no tienes
distribute.
adrede. Subno.
What remains of the bounty hunters have found me. Now it is time to cue the detonation sequence.
Donos Imaragith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rachata. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chow.
Bien. El temita es que ahora se va a venir mucho diálogo.
I shall make this work.
Pero porque aquí hay tremendos nisus que tocan tanto la moral. Vamos a curarnos. Bueno, espérate tú. Atón, compa, ¿tú por qué no te las cargaste? ¿Tú por qué no te las cargaste? Es que eso hubiera sido precioso. Not bad. ¿Es necesario tanto combate contra toda esta panda de mitos? Por Dios, qué putísimo pesado. Espérate, porque me acaba de poner...
I can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's going to destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is going to be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name. Zez, Kai, whatever it is.
Zez Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back, until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble. What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey.
¿Cómo se está?
I'm afraid I do not cannot understand what you mean. As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
Para intentar matarte. Quitarme, perdón. Hombre, hace un rato en tu yate nos has intentado liquidar, hijo de puta.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
¿Qué pensaba acabar que yo volvería a Siria?
I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now, as you no doubt know. He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding.
No
doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long. They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life, or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information, without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan. Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. And I have not heard from them in some time. But I had thought she had gone to KOTOR with the others. Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived. What I can tell you, it is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing, and someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, even that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of KOTOR, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight. We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, but we cannot allow our presence or actions to endanger others. And we cannot fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who is strong in the Force, who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace. It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. Very We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer, nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, And if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know. I had thought perhaps that here upon the smuggler's moon, I might the bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, and the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it. No, you are right. That is not the whole. It is difficult to detect a Force user. This threat we face, it leaves wounds in the Force when it strikes. It leaves nothing.
Miedo.
To live life without the Force, to vanish and die and leave only an echo, it was terrifying. To be connected to all life around you, then to have it stripped, I can only imagine what it must have been like for you. But even that imagining cannot compare with the truth. But there is more than that. On Nar Shaddaa, one cannot escape what was left from the Jedi Civil War. From the failure of the Masters, from our failure to properly train Jedi, came disaster. And I wondered if perhaps the teachings of the Jedi had been our failing all along. There have been so many failures by teachers who believed in the code with all their being. Master Arca failed Ulic, as Master Boss failed Exar Kun, as Kay and Zar and the others of the Council failed Revan and Malak. For all the acts we do to preserve the galaxy, from such an arrogance that all we do is right and just, I wonder if there is a counter-effect that is created that strikes back at us. Exar Kun, Ulic Keldroma, Malak, Revan, you, all Jedi. There is something wrong in the Force, a wound, a sound that is growing, like a scream. You can hear it echo on Nar Shaddaa, sometimes when the moon is on orbit. It is a frightening thing to feel, that perhaps being connected to all life is not enlightenment at all, but simply another doom. And I think that maybe, perhaps, to forsake the Force as you did, to cut loose our bonds, may not be the wrong thing to do. You taught me something important in the Council Chamber long ago, Exile, and it has stayed with me all these years. You were right to do what you did, everything you did. Very well.
Preguntas.
Is that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not, and I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Perhaps the loss was not a loss at all. Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say...
Haciendo de una ayuda espectacular, so...
Very...
Oh,
yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something. I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling. like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty, a wound. Very well. Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them. No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself, had grown arrogant in their teachings. It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed. Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ulic, for Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. And now, that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say. It provides no comfort at all, for reasons on which I still suffice to say redemption.
System's failing, Master.
You interrupting me for You help first? Good, good. I give you basic access to pylon consoles. Freighter with higher first two numbers has higher priority. If first two numbers tied, then higher last three numbers has higher priority. For example, B-11-115-999 has lower priority. One more thing. First two numbers are always the same as the first two numbers in the second set of numbers. You can read freighter ID. Use a pylon power console near me to change which pylon is a power.
Vamos a ir aquí. Seis. Ah. Vale. Ese compa ya está muerto. Ah. Voy a estar por otro lado. Voy a estar por aquí.
Ulga kili bot maleanu. Chichis kabul. Tapit bogra kinun chubagra wikili jon. Chichis kabul. Tapicha yubon. Yunbul. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange beduana mulera. Chupal. Watagrito.
Vale. Vale. Había alguien en el sector de los refugiados. Vale. Las prioridades. El Alacanto del 49. El beneficio de Turbulence 45 y el otro es 93. Con lo cual, a priori, el primero debería ser el prefiero de plata. Este debe ser el segundo. Vale.
You help faster. I not. Now that freighters can. Faster can do this. You. What? Do I look like a pass? Fine, I'll do for you, but don't.
Delante todos. Vale, perfecto. Con esto ya podríamos ir. Espérate tú.
Unnecessary observation. Annoying. Unnecessary.
Vale, vamos a ir.
Why are you here?
Because I told her. Told her everything.
Ah, and now you are free?
Yeah, so no more threats, no more of your requests. You and me, we're done.
Did you ever think I truly held you? You're more of a fool than I thought. What truly held you was you, and let me show you why. I once held the galaxy by the throat, as you once held her by the throat and let her die slowly. And your emotion at that point is what you fear. I wielded power like you cannot imagine. Everything I saw was awash with possibilities, spreading outwards, touching everything else. I saw all of that, all that the Force is. And only when it was ripped from me did I truly see it. And I know what lies buried within you, that you hide with your desperate thoughts, your guilt, your lusts. I can unlock that part of you anytime I wish. It is a simple thing, the human mind. Once it feels something strongly, it becomes etched in the memory, the subconscious. Shall I show you? That part of you that hungered to kill Jedi, that took pleasure from it? Or perhaps you will continue to listen to my counsel, and I shall ignore your pathetic attempts at freedom. Now leave me, murderer. I have nothing further to say to one such as you.
Ya tenemos a gente intensita en la nave, ¿eh? Madre mía.
My life for yours. I am prepared both in mind. I understand now. Such a form will increase my skills and my use to you. I do not understand, but the choice is mine whether you permit it or not. I will answer what I... It is not a subject which... It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives than any machine can hope to slay. For everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply,
ya me dirás qué tal el 8 de The Voice.
feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And his power is great, and it comes from hunger. And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been the Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people they could achieve the plan. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And KOTOR, with my kind, and my people died, and the Jedi died. He cannot deny his hunger for long. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will... I do not understand. They hope... And now... I will answer what... My master did not call... There are many factions within the Sith. All seek where they... I will answer... If you wish to know, perhaps it is possible to show another what... First you must close your eyes. The surface of the ship, its sights, will only be a distraction. Now in your mind, reach out. Listen for my breathing. Do not focus on the sound, but the life behind it. Imagine its energy, its texture, in tandem with the breathing. And then in your mind, step back from the image and see what remains. There. It is not as difficult as I thought. You learn quickly. It will take effort to maintain such sight, but you now have that power. I will answer.
Yes, General? Sorry, General, I'm flat out. Something else?
Statement. Master, if you could indulge me for a moment, perhaps my anticipation of working with one who served at Malachor 5. Statement. Well, all your behavior up to this point suggests either strong atonement or confirmation that the atrocities attributed to you during the war were in fact accidents.
No son accidentes, es un propósito. No.
I mean, what use is there for communication in a galaxy such as ours? Understand, you are right to remain silent about your past. I have seen the damage that repressing such things brings. Answer. Why, no, Master. I have no... Answer. Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context. Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even the repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether death... Statement. Why your own life, Master? Your single life changed the face of the galaxy, of history itself. Malachor 5 was an impressive act of destruction, but its impact on the lives of others in the galaxy was far more extreme. I mean, Master, you brought about the death of the Mandalorian race. I doubt they realize it yet, but you dealt them a blow from which they will never recover. Retort. Oh, Master, I am attempting to justify nothing. I was only trying to... Statement. Query. Indeed. Statement. Yes, I heard. Statement. I suppose so, Master. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid. Statement. Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owner... Statement. That is indeed unfortunate, Master. It is merely another thing my attacker will answer for. I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. Statement. Answer. Master, I am worried that they're all... And I do not know where they would have obtained schematics of my design. They are built from my template. Answer. Because of my self-preservation program, my behavior core recognizes these templates as still being... I could no more shoot them than I could shoot myself. It is a frustrating... Statement. Statement. Answer. Master, ironic... Answer. Answer. Why? Because your actions then enough...
T3, you have been with us since Terrace. Without you, we would never have escaped that place. And for that, I thank you. I'm leaving this message inside you because I have seen glimpses of the future, and the bond that he and I share does not allow him to hide everything from me. More of his memories have returned, and they trouble him. He has remembered something. Something on the edge of the galaxy, and he believes that he must go there to end it. But I am afraid for him. Afraid that he may not return. I need you to be the beacon, T3. If he is lost out there, on the edge of the galaxy, if he finds whatever terrible thing he has seen, then he may not survive. If he doesn't make it back, then I need you to return to the Republic. Find help. If you cannot find me, then seek out other Jedi. The Republic... I can't lose him, even if he believes he is protecting me.
¿Y tuya? ¿Cómo dice? ¿Y la tuya? Algo perdido. Voy a reunir con el impulso del holograma. Y la relación toquetre. Y esto nos encontraste. Si vas a tener relación, no hay esperanza después de todo. Hay que buscar el abuelo. ¿Pero por qué ya? No, ¿por qué? No sé. Vamos, Poppy, vente. Vamos a hablar con la vieja.
Ah, you are here. You felt it, did you not? The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the weapon masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi Watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters.
Tengo que pensármelo.
Very well. It's... Very well. It allows you to recover your strength. It has no other drawbacks. Such a form is a gift, preferred of the Jedi consulars, and effective in combats where you must fight. Very well. Very well. The Jedi practice many forms. You may have already felt the Shicho. Others may come. An aggressive technique, but it is powerful, effective. It can counter blaster weapons and add to the damage of your critical. Others may come with time, with experience. And did the Mandalorians were right? The Jedi are gone, vanished. Now, an entire planet of Force sensitives. I fear you are right, and I fear it may prove more than that. War. But there is little to be done about it now. Watch the seer carefully.
Eso no lo podríamos
The
reparar,
fact
sí.
we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, and of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture. I am willing to indulge. There are several. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith. The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. For every system you stabilize, I will compassion and mercy only erode respect. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the... Dantooine is a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall. Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized. Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure, of course, since the destruction of the Paragas facility, the odds of the Telos... Of course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence... I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your... As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that... Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are... You may... Now, that would be telling. For now, I am... It has been assigned to guard and protect you. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series... For the most part, it will follow your orders, unless they can...
¿Y si lo hacen?
Proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space.
Ah, perfecto.
There is no negotiation in... This... How droll. What a... You... The assassin droids. I haven't covered some. Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their... Being produced? No, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now... Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that unless you shut them down at the source, they will... Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic memory-impaired assassination... They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiation... Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise. Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will... Of course they are. common misconception not so. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately
Esto es extremadamente importante. Esto es muy importante.
I believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only
muy importante.
to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith.
Exactamente.
And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact. That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in.
Por eso Revan es el mejor fucking estratega de la galaxia.
That is also a mystery to. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and it is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for his stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage.
Como un pollón.
I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess.
Revan era muy pro.
Hey, can I ask you something? Your face. Well, you have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
No.
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and Athena... But it's just the Force. You know, hooked up a power coupling. You know? Did you get out much as a Jedi? I was asking if you two had been, you know, intimate.
Lado luminoso. Haciendo por ruta del lado luminoso. Pues no lo sé. Porque no sé hasta qué punto tienes aquí libertad para ello. No tenemos descripción.
Just checking. Sure, they're easy. Just like this. When they're looking down to check you out, you can usually smash them on the base of the skull or deliver an uppercut that knocks them flat.
Espectacular esta señora. Espectacular.
It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
Parecido a la caza.
Call it what you want. Me? I love my targets.
Espectacular.
Go ahead. All this traveling, being trapped in the ship, everything's just too quiet.
Demasiado
I'd
tranquila.
rather be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Muy con tiltes en el Overwatch. Comercial.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been off planet. Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity, aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it. No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will. Look, before we get into a game of Guess the Pazak card, pull back on the throttle. Alright. Anhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break... I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever.
Un error interesante.
That's a long story. I don't want to get into it. Go ahead. I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to. Oh, do I? Is that it? How you could ever possibly hope to Jedi don't have family. I know what happened. Get away from me. The next time you come and ask me... What do you want now? Whatever, don't worry about it. It's just a sore subject with me. Yeah, well, they're dead. That's how that story ends. But not everybody's story has to end with losing their family or their loved ones. And not all the bounty hunting I do. There's a lot of lost people out there. Scattered ever since the Mandalorian Wars. Sometimes, and maybe, just maybe by finding them... Maybe. We'll see. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But you're not getting... Shoot. I've killed people. I know. It's different. I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, I don't like it. And I don't know when or why. Yeah, something wrong. Alright. Made it. It's custom for me, which is a good thing, because I wouldn't want anyone using it against me. I can show you how to make rockets, though, if you'd like. All it requires is a good skill with demolitions. Anything else you want? Go. Yeah. It's got... Yeah, well... no thanks. Well, Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way. He's from some forest planet on the Outer Rim where Zerka had set up one of their slaves. I don't remember the name. Something with too many K's and Y's. Sounds like you're gargling Ronto spit when you say it. No idea. He's just Hanhar. I hope they're
Hay unos cuantos, pero son más amables.
His people, though. He's the equivalent of a mad calf hound among Rontos. Some of Voga the Hutt's men said Hanhar killed his own tribe, but those two crud thugs lie every time they open their mouths, so who knows? Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons. Well, before you get too proud of him, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies? Right, that's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous. Anyone who paid credits. And sometimes he just hunted humans for sport. The ones who survived, he sold to the exchange, to the huts, to anyone who'd buy bodies, living or dead. He and Voga used to do big credit transactions. That hut really liked the look of unwrinkled humans for some reason. Didn't make him too popular. I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since. I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people... But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got... His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to... Well, with Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human...
Eso es complicado.
...was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant...
Hey.
And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something...
Mundo. En ese sentido, y siempre le ha salvado la vida, intentaría.
Tell me about it. Like I said, I get the impression a life debt's supposed to be a gift. But to Hanhar... Probably. But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He would... Hanhar's tough. Really tough. Seen him shrug off blaster bolts, Bothan stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps...
Oh, damn.
I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my... And he always did. It's like he always knew. Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we leave. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down, for sport. He didn't think it was much of a challenge. Well, he tried to box me down in vents beneath the Nar Shaddaa docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes. I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away. No, it isn't. I spent most of my childhood hauling mines and munitions. Got to know my way around them. If I hadn't, I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah. Like I said, I disarmed the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely. He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. And it happened so fast. And all the blood had been stabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me, break me, that I would always be prey. Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things... Alright. It's all this traveling. I'd rather...
Vale. Y ahora vamos a ver...
Go ahead. Well, the war happened. The first one, against the Mandalorians. It's what happens after the wars are over that you don't hear much about. I think so. After Revan crushed the Mandalorians, planets throughout the Republic were flooded with refugees. I was just one or the other. Me? I got passage to Nar Shaddaa. From there, not much you can do. Take a guess, Jedi. Only 2 groups of people would have lost family at Malachor. And Jedi? As much as any slave becomes a Mandalorian. They took prisoners on every world they conquered to bolster their ranks. And they took a lot of worlds. When I was young, yeah. They mostly used me to carry ammo packs and munitions. Toward the end of the war, they needed everyone they could get. They taught me to fight, to hunt, to survive. I was part of their squad, even when I was young. Everyone served. After Malachor, it really didn't matter anymore. Yeah, I know. I saw the worlds that kind of stays with you. I haven't forgotten it. What happened at Malachor, they... Should I be? Maybe I should ask you if you're happy about all the Jedi. Maybe it felt like you lost family. Yeah. That kind... Shoot. So... I'd rather... Yeah. It's got a life... Yeah, well... no thanks.
Vale, vamos a hablar con Oton.
I heard you making friends with the bounty hunter. I don't blame you. She's a scrapper. You don't survive. I've known people like her. Maybe without the rocket launchers, but sort of the same. Maybe without the neckline and the boots. I wouldn't let anything she says bother you. It's a wonder you cracked her attitude at all. She's cold as the ship's hull. Alright.
Vale, pues parece que más o menos con Atom hemos medio acabado. Peragus no. Pet. Vale. Vamos a llevarnos a Mira y Avises. Sí, okay. Vale, y por aquí. Módulo de ocio. Vale. Por aquí. No más raro, ¿qué has descubierto? Workshop busca mercados para su combustible.
Boga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that?
Tiene mucho combustible de Heiron y tiene que venderlo.
A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Boga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word, so here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away. What is it?
Perfecto. Pues yo creo que vamos a ir yendo ya a Onderon. Vale, espérate. ¿Hay algo más? Ah, no. Vamos a intentar hacer esta misión. Que después de todo es aquí en la cantina. Ah, la franquicia que estoy en bronce, entonces que me marco. Sí, yo te diría que sí.
Well, if our treasury continues to sap projects like this one, Oregon will be the next step out of the outer rim.
I've told you everything I know. I don't think we should be seen talking to each other anymore.
Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo baga.
¿Quién eres?
Tone mulera. Tonkinge ba no jansaka nikaraska. Tancha. Kawana bota yutatanga kinamatura. Tayaita. Tabosananansa.
Madre mía, qué tío más turbio.
Kawana bota yutatanga kinamatura. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliya. Dahupa go sakurata go jujutu yoki. Hia kawana bota yuntata. Kawana bota. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Dahupa go sakurata go jujutu yoki. Kawana bota yuntatanga kinamatura. Tayaita.
Madre mía.
Kawana bota yutatanga kidira. Sirnento saraka mahvan relikanito. Nina mrabanka.
Ento meshmi paju watamimcha yo
Sunaranga machochane dotalutu. Padu krem so chiche no.
tinor krelun conferento kring
espérate, porque aquí es salseo.
duncha morbansu
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorosa kamsa. Javasko bosab. Kawanabota tagwa kankadira. Yutaka alwanji yumaliba. Tues mahawika si wawanta mo guika wansoba. Wakama nurawa.
Entonces puedes hacer lo que quieras.
Mishmanta junsera no chocha.
Vosa sholuta danesi tuch, wiso te borogoto. Yatuka uwanrika chotin wanim.
Tú no eres un poco monger, socio. Vale. Vegetariano. Amigo. Te doy mi palabra. Voy. Pero que tengo que aquí se vienen los cumbiotes. Espérate tú, que se vienen los cumbiotes, papá. Vale. Amigo.
What the? You're not CSD. What are you doing here? Circa Security Division. They've been known to break into apartments from time to time. Think they're above the law, you know how Zerka is. But I'm still curious why you're barging in here. Does a locked door mean nothing to you? Just looking around in another... Just get out of here. You again? What? No, you must be mistaken. You... Dole sent you. Can't say I'm surprised. He was the one who wanted me to come forward. Easy to say that, but you're not the one Zerka will send its assassin. Sure, but everything takes time. Testifying...
You
might be right. I don't think Zerka is gone, but Zerka has eyes everywhere. You? Look, I'm sure you can handle yourself, but...
A
Jedi? Jedi or no, Gren wouldn't have sent you if he didn't think you could get the job done. Right, we need to get moving. Lead the way, I'll watch your back.
What do we have here? Batono, if I'm not mistaken. You've been a hard man to track down.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. It's you we've all been looking for. Executive Lawso sent me to take care of some unfinished business. So you say, but I'm stubborn, so we're gonna try just in case.
We need to keep moving.
I have to hand it to you, I'm damned impressed. Not only did you find Batono, you convinced him to testify against Zerka to the council. And believe me, that's no small feat, considering I think Batono is as stubborn as ever.
You don't sound happy to see me, Gren.
Of course, I'm sure you have other things to be doing. The bounty is yours for finding Batono, and a bonus for bringing him back as well.
I don't have anything for you, but thanks for saving my life.
So you've written... What...
Vale, pues finí.
My life.
A ver, no sé, también las casi nada. No. No. Oh.
It is yours.
Oh, papi. Convierte a Abraham. Hostia, espérate tú.
Betrayal. Machines. Her passion for such things defies me.
Señora, ¿qué hace? Señora, se ha vuelto crazy.
I'm a little busy here. What is it?
Won't take more than a minute.
All right, I'll work while you talk.
Look, your friend, the Jedi, you know her from way back, don't you? How much do you know about her, really?
Her? You mean the general? Yeah, during the war. If that's what you mean by way back. Can't say I know too much about her, though.
Better than anyone else on this ship. Just give me your opinion, okay? And don't laugh.
I'm trying to work here, Athena.
I was just wondering if you thought maybe she and I might...
You're being serious.
You said you wouldn't laugh.
You are being serious. Athena, she was a general. I was just a tech. Your guess is about as good as mine.
Well, what's your guess?
I'm getting back to work.
Hey, I'm being serious here. You're laughing at me? I'll put you on the scrap heap, you walking tin can.
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
All right then, I'll work on. There. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids. You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'll make sure... Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous. Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
Pero es demotivado, claro. O sea, una cosa bárbara. Una cosa loquísima.
I don't understand why you won't let me take a look.
Statement. I've had quite enough tampering at the hands of unskilled meatbags such as yourself. I'm not eager to submit to this...
Unskilled meatbag?
Appeasement. I did not mean to imply that you were an unskilled meatbag, as incapable of performing rudiment. It is only that I am quite particular with my repairs. Perhaps when I am more...
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote and the upgrade. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you...
I should be able to do something.
Buena leche.
Yes, General?
Yeah, something wrong. Alright. I'd rather... Yeah. Well, it's gotta... Yeah, well...
Pues viajemos a Onderon y cuando aterricemos ya lo dejaremos por ahí. Y me miraré un poco qué es lo que me da cada una de las clases de prestigio para ver qué rumbo cogemos.
Well, this is Onderon. It looks like there's a long line to get into the Isis starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon.
If they decide to do a cargo search, we're gonna be in trouble.
Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call.
Largarse a la luna. Antes empezamos por la luna de Shin.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
Well, the space battle's still going on overhead. Since they were so eager to use our hull for target practice, I doubt they're just gonna forget us. Well, I don't like it. Onderon is about as far from the core as you can get and still be in the Republic. But even out here, the locals have heard of us.
We're lucky I was able to find this place to land. Looks like something has cleared away the jungle in a few spots around here.
Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Duxon, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target. Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. The Force has guided us here for a reason. We should explore our surroundings. There is something here.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big, mean, nasty predators.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby outpost would be as good a place as any to begin.
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were forced down in the battle.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. She fought here once, and there are things here she must see.
She fought here? Why didn't she say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or are there some you wish to forget?
Vale, vamos a guardar partida. Y vamos a hacer una raidecita. No sé a quién, vamos a ver. Vamos a hacerse la divide, aunque esté con el lobby. Vale, y os comento, si buscáis Espirarchilos en YouTube, están subidos los 3 primeros capítulos de la partida de Pentaford. Mañana tenemos 4ª sesión. Y nada, espero que mañana disfrutéis de la sesión. Mañana va a estar intensa. De hecho, probablemente ponga un bonito más 18 o más 16 al menos en las tags del stream. ¿Por qué? Pues nada, gente, nos vemos mañana con más, así que un saludo y hasta luego. Chao.